Hello everyone. So I want to discuss the Olmec culture of Mesoamerica. First, these are the colossal heads of the Olmec. The one on the left is from Tres Zapotes. It is deformed and shaven, and there are indications of a turban on the forehead. Its height is 2.27 meters from the upper preclassic period, so possibly 1200 BCE. Now, magnetite was a common material used by the Olmec culture and may be a reason why some of the large-face monuments have magnetic anomalies within them. These anomalies appear to be in the same location within several of the heads, so this looks to have been done on purpose. It's now established that Olmec culture originated and evolved somewhere south of Veracruz and north of Tabasco, Mexico, over a period extending from at least as far back as 1800 BCE to 350 BCE. It's these people who laid the foundations on which civilization was built in Mesoamerica, and with justification, they've been called the mother culture of Mesoamerica. The culture, however, that we believe to be the Olmec turns out that they're not the Olmec at all. So what happened? But first, before going into that, interesting to me about this photo is that this is one of the oldest artifacts from the Olmec people. It is proto-classic period, meaning at least 1500 BCE, possibly earlier. The deeper into the distant past we go, the more it seems that the subject matter or models that were used to create the artifacts do not resemble what we consider Mesoamerican physical features. This looks like the Persian jinn to me. Now, torsion and movement is the only thing discussed by anthropologists when they created the plaque for this piece at the museum in Mexico City. Notice that the large head sculptures do not match the other artifacts found in Olmec culture. How can both represent the Olmec people? What if one does and the other doesn't? Some Olmec sculptures look like people have features of babies, short and stocky. Others show these people as thin with elongated skulls. The large heads have features of large lips, broad noses. So what's going on? The name Olmec means rubber people in Nahuatl, the language of the Nahuas, and was the Aztec Empire term for the people who lived in the Gulf lowlands in the 15th and 16th centuries, some 2,000 years after the Olmec culture died out. The term rubber people refers to the ancient practice spanning from ancient Olmecs to Aztecs of extracting latex from Castilla elastica, a rubber tree in the area. The juice of a local vine, Ipomoea alba, was then mixed with this latex to create rubber as early as 1600 BCE. Early modern explorers and archaeologists, however, mistakenly applied the name Olmec to the rediscovered ruins and artifacts in the heartland decades before it was understood that these were not created by the people that the Aztec knew as the Olmec, but rather a culture that was 2,000 plus years older. Unfortunately, despite the mistaken identity, the name has stuck. It is not known what name the ancient Olmec used for themselves. Some later Mesoamerican accounts seem to refer to the ancient Olmec as Tahmuancan. So again, what we need to say is it's now established that the ancient Olmec culture originated and evolved somewhere south of Veracruz and north of Tabasco, Mexico, over this period extending as far back as 1800 BCE to 350 BCE. But is it? Are the ancient Olmec from this area of the Gulf Coast? Now, the Olmec are credited with the invention of calendar numeration and the hieroglyphic writing, which were subsequently further developed, mostly by the Maya. The glyph script of the Olmec, such as what is seen on this figurine's chest, hasn't been deciphered. Here we have the Las Bocas figurine from 1200 to 800 BCE. Have we ever considered that the ancient Olmec civilization were multicultural, something like the modern-day United States? Here is Olmec, old man with beard, 900 BCE. The sculpture looks like it could also pass for an ancient Greek sculpture, was a multicultural gathering taking place in ancient Mesoamerica? Were trade routes extended throughout the world and a central market occurring in Mesoamerica? Was there a global influence taking place and being seen in the artwork? Even though we associate the Olmec with being a Gulf Coast culture near Veracruz, Mexico, few people realize or are told that many of the oldest Olmec artifacts known today are from the state of Guerrero, Mexico, closer to the Pacific coast. This plays into my hypothesis that Xihuacan, south of Zihuatanejo, also in the state of Guerrero, was truly the most important early site in Mexico. It was where the calendar masters, or creators of time, gathered. Many Mesoamerican cultures gathered here for an unknown reason. Living gods were said to have walked among the people at Xihuacan. The Olmec people, they suddenly disappeared. The best theory so far is because of volcanism in the area. Their imprint on the land quickly went extinct. For a culture we did not begin to believe was a standalone culture of current-day Mexico until 1942, we have not gotten much further in our understanding of who these people were, where they came from, what their language and writing were all about, and why so many anomalies exist in the history that they left behind. In future presentations, I want to delve into the possibility that these people were known as the Tamuancan in their day, and what Tamuancan was to the rest of the Mesoamerican cultures that followed. This includes my having to discuss the connection with vampires. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, take care everyone.